Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, today I am doing a 0 to 100 type of video, and I'm going to be transforming myself into Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey, or 50 Shades Darker I should say, where, spoilers coming ahead, Christian is proposing to Anastasia and she's wearing like this beautiful red dress. She has a beautiful red lip, fresh faced, and that's what we're kind of doing today. So if you would like to find out how I transform myself from this to this, then all you have to do is keep on watching. First of all, I'd like to thank Dua Zainab, I hope I'm saying that right, my dear subscriber, who has suggested this look or this type of video, and she says, "You are doing great. Can you tell me how to create the look when Christian proposes to Anna in 50 Shades Darker? I'd love to know that from you." So I'm going to create that for you guys. I did have to go and watch 50 Shades Darker to take a couple of screenshots of the look she wore. There are many shots in many different lightings, and I just wanted to get to know like what shade of lipstick she was wearing, and like what did she have on her eyes. Was it nothing or was it a little bit of something? But before I get to all of that, before I get into all of the makeup, I'm just going to put my serum on, and it is the Function of Beauty serum. I think I'm going to put on some SPF as well. This just happens to have a little bit of glow, and it is SPF 50. My Revolution moisturizer with SPF is great, but it's only factor 30. This one's 50, and we are getting into a slightly warmer climate, so I want to protect my skin. As I let this sink in, I'm going to do my hair really quickly. I just need to straighten it because I need to tame this frizz. Okay, the hair is straightened, and I'm going to show you two different ways on how to style it. Obviously, Anastasia has a full fringe. I only have these like side bits, but I'm still going to keep them like down, I think, just to kind of frame the face. She has like these side bits that I'm going to show you how to achieve. The first way you can achieve them is basically you want to separate your fringe. If you don't have one, that's absolutely fine, do it without. And then you want to kind of grab a section down, like a thick one, from the top of your ear to the middle of your head, and you kind of want to take that section and twist it, and then all you need to do is take a couple or a bobby pin and pin this back, and there we go. So this is essentially what Anastasia, but with a full fringe. And then obviously you want to repeat what you just done on the other side. And this is kind of the look. So you've got like this twirled piece of hair pinned back. And then option number two, this probably is a little bit more all day friendly, because the pins eventually will fall out, or at least slide down, and it's just gonna annoy you. At least it annoys me. It doesn't look as nice as this one, but it's very, very similar. Not much has changed. I'm leaving the fringe, and I'm taking the thick side pieces, leaving the rest of the hair down, and then you kind of want to meet them at the back of your head in the middle, and essentially make a half up, half down look. And I'm making a ponytail with this two side parts. That's there. That also looks nice, but what you can do is separate your hair in the middle, so you need a hole, and then you're going to thread your ponytail inside that hole. You could do that a couple of times. Don't do it more than 3. It doesn't look good when it's more than that. And then you've got like 2 parts to your hair, just like Anastasia Because I'm going to move on to makeup, I'm just going to move my hair out of the way and I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get started on the makeup. And the makeup look she's got on is very, very simplistic and very minimal, so that's kind of what I'm going to go with. Because I want the foundation to look nice and fresh and very minimal, almost no makeup, what I'm going to do is use my favorite foundation currently that I use almost every single day when I go to work, and it is the Bare Minerals matte foundation. However, because I want to support this fresh and natural glow, I'm actually going to mix it with the original. I've never done this before, this could totally be a fail. Before I do that, because this is a powder product, I'm going to do all my creams underneath. I'm going to start off with my concealer, and today I'm going to be using one of my absolute favourites. I've been through several of these. This is Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, and I have the C5. A perfect match is 4.5. They don't sell it in those big bottles, and like I said, I use all of this up all the time. I've been through about 4 of these big tubes, and I applied the concealer right here where I have the most green / blue hue here, and then I just want to lift slightly on the outer corners. This is a totally TikTok inspired trend sort of concealer situation. And then I'm just going to take my Expert face brush. I've got my eye closed and I'm just dabbing it in that one spot. Immediately that hue is gone, and then I should probably have a mirror for this, and then I'm just going to tap on my outer corner. Obviously I have like this darkness underneath here, so I'm going to take the residue. So I've tapped it all out, and then I've got like a residue that I'm going to dab slightly, and there we go. Big brush makes it super easy. This is what I use when I go to work because it takes me like a couple of seconds to blend my concealer in. I also want a little bit of that concealer on my actual lid. It is pretty much all over, but it's a very minimal amount. This definitely helps to reduce the amount of concealer that you've got around your eye. It's less likely to crease. It just looks nice, but I'm not done yet. I don't think Anastasia looks like super awake, but I want to do that. You can definitely skip this portion, but I feel like she could look a little bit more fresh and awake. So I'm going to go with another concealer, and this is Lasting Perfection from Collection, and I have the shade number 2 Porcelain, which is really, 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 really light, but I'm going to use a dot. This makes such a difference in my opinion that it's worth doing. And again, I'm just dabbing in one place, just kind of lifting that outer corner. You can definitely apply more. I'm just going for the minimalistic, no makeup. Because I have a couple of imperfections that the foundation is definitely not going to hide, I'm going to go back to the Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, and I'm just using the wand to hide my discoloration. It's definitely not looking bad. This makeup look probably isn't going to appeal to people that have a lot more imperfections. If you do have more imperfections but you kind of want to, you know, recreate this, go ahead and use something a little bit more full coverage. Well, maybe not full coverage, go for like a medium coverage foundation. As you can see, I'm not taking any more concealer, but I'm using what's in the brush to go around my nostrils. As a woman, you naturally get a little bit of redness around your nostrils, something to do with hormones apparently. And I've got my kind of concealed face done. Again, before I do the foundation, I'm going to do a little bit of cream contour. This is Butter Biscuit from Fenty. I'm only going to apply a little bit because I feel like Anastasia, I keep calling her Anastasia. I feel like Anastasia doesn't have contour, she's just naturally slim, but I'm not naturally slim, so I need a little bit of help. When it comes to cream contour, I do want a little bit of definition into my face. I might put a little bit of the residue that's in the brush underneath my chin. And I feel like this looks so nice that you could get away with not wearing foundation, but I definitely will. I definitely want to make this concoction. So I'm going to take my old Bare Minerals pot, the matte one, and I do have just a little bit of the foundation. I'm trying to give you a ratio. I'm probably going to go with 1 part original and 2 parts the matte. I do want it to look a little bit more matte than I want it to look glowy, if you get what I mean. Before I take it on my foundation brush, I'm obviously going to give this a stir. These are both powders, so they should sort of blend together. I'm really intrigued by this. I definitely feel like Bare Minerals should get on board with this and create like a half dewy, half matte foundation. And I'm taking some of this concoction on my brush. I'm going to use the actual empty compartment to push the product in, because obviously I don't have the cap to be able to do that. If you haven't seen my Bare Minerals review, I've done both the original and the matte. Go and check out my playlist. And then I'm going to start with the areas that I need the most help with, and it usually or mostly is my cheek. I started from my jaw because that has the most discoloration, the most leftover spots, and then I'm just twirling, working this in. The more warmth you can create, the nicer it will look. It will melt a lot nicer. Obviously you don't want to do it too rough because you don't want to scrub your face with the brush. That looks so pretty. Maybe I would go for 1 part original, 3 parts matte. I do feel like it's just a little bit too glowy still. But it also might be the primer or the SPF that I've got underneath. I did leave my under eye because I don't like to use this powder to set my concealer. It doesn't set it that well, and it kind of combines with the concealer and does not prevent it from creasing basically. I even have some creasing on my lid since I did put just the tiniest bit of the concealer on my lid. I definitely need to use a separate loose powder. Today I'm going to be using the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass powder for my under eye and my lid. I'm now going to move on to kind of bronzer and a little bit of eye, and today I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Golden Goddess bronzer from my duo. I really like this bronzer. It's very gentle. It's not going to give me patchiness because it's formulated that way, because it's reasonably sheer. I will be able to achieve that like natural bronze look. And I'm going to take the bronzer and kind of go on top of my cheeks just ever so slightly. She's definitely not using bronzer, but I need it. I do. Anastasia has a slim face. She doesn't need it. She's only wearing blush, but I need it. I need to have a little bit of structure. Also, I highly recommend using a bronzer for like the most minimal eye ever. I'm actually pinching my brush a little bit, taking the bronzer and kind of putting it in the middle of my face and just going out towards my temple. This way it kind of gives you a lift and it doesn't leave the eye completely bare. And I could use this blush, but I feel like I could get a better match with an eyeshadow. And I know this might seem crazy, but I'm going to use the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 palette, and I'm going to dip my fluffy brush into Blaze, a red tone. I've got it on my brush and I need to dab it on my hand to create like the faintest of hues that I'm then able to put on my cheek. And you want to start from like the middle, like the tops of your apples. Don't put them on your apples, just put it on the top of your apples and kind of drape it back a little bit. She's sort of looking like she's naturally flushed, and I'm sure she is, because Christian is flirting with her. Basically need to look aroused. And if you feel like you need more, you can pick up some more from your hand. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin in the center. I know this might seem crazy. And I'm even going to put some above my brow. We need to look slightly, it's getting hot in here. Do you know what I mean? So just right here, I'm sure you can see it. Very, very faint. If you feel like you've put too much, just take your foundation brush and go on top of it just to blend it in. Anastasia's brows are definitely slightly hidden by her fringe. You definitely want to go for something a little bit more natural. So all I'm going to do with my brows is put a little bit of clear brow gel through them. Again, you are welcome to fill your brows in if you need a little bit of help. I highly recommend using a pencil over a pomade or something like that, because it will give you the most natural look to the brows. Like I said, just a little bit of brow gel just to brush them into place. And for the eyes, it's as simple as a little bit of mascara. I will be adding lashes, falsies that is, that look very, very natural. If you don't want to wear falsies, don't. I don't think she is. If anything, the makeup artist on the set would have put a couple of individual lashes just to make hers a little bit more full. But if you look at the images or the actual video, it does not look like she's wearing any falsies whatsoever. Again, a very natural look. And like I said, you could totally leave the eyes here. I'm just going to add a tiny little lash. These are demi wispies from Ardell, but they've been cut down to almost like an outer corner lash, just to give my eyes even more of a lift, make my lashes just a little bit more full. But again, you are welcome to leave your lashes as they are, so with a little bit of mascara. Another way to achieve this natural kind of lift is to use individual lashes, which you are obviously welcome to use, but I just can never be bothered to do that because it does take quite a lot of them to create a natural fade. I highly recommend just using demi wispies and cutting the end off, like almost cutting it in half, maybe like 2/3, and have that 2/3 on the outer portion of your eye. And last but certainly not least, the iconic, the portion that makes this look is the red lip. I'm going for a slightly raspberry toned lipstick. I'm going for Cherry Wet from Jeffree Star. I'm actually not sure whether it's a little too pinky-y, because she does have like a deep red, but definitely with like a blue undertone. It's such a beautiful shade. This is definitely nice, it looks lovely, but I do feel like it's not red enough. I did take my MAC Red lipstick and I've put it on the bottom lip, and it does match a little bit better. Alright you guys, so here it is. This is my final look I created today from top to bottom. I have transformed myself into Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades Darker, where Christian is proposing to Anastasia, and this is the makeup look, this is the outfit, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. This was definitely more of a wearable look, which was nice and refreshing after all these sort of crazy looks I did. I really like it. It's so nice, so summery, so simple. It's definitely more about the skin, the prep, and how you want to look at the end. You know, you want to have like this minimal, natural looking skin, a little bit of glow with a bold lip, and I like it. I hope you like my dress. This is definitely a sneak peek of my haul coming very soon. I bought it on Simply Be, and I will be trying a couple of outfits for you guys in my next video. Do you like it? Do you think it suits me? Should I keep it? Should I send it back? Because I'm still unsure about it. Please let me know down in the comments whether you enjoyed this look, whether you liked the outfit. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But for now, thank you so much for watching. You are the best, and I hope to see you next time.